What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Behind the Booth. I go by the name of DJ Julz. If it's your first time here, check it out. And if you can, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate that. Today we have my boy Santi in the building. Santi, what's good, baby?
Appreciate you having me, man. Happy to be here.
I'm excited. If you guys didn't see, up here, we just did an R&B mix, fire. And it's different because we went from 2020 to 2025. So we were just skating around all the years from that time period. So if you get a chance, check it out. And my brother, welcome. You're on this side of Jersey. I know you live like 2 hours, like by AC.
Yeah.
AC is Atlantic City.
Yep.
Yeah, so bro, I always like to start like, how did you get into DJing? I know a little bit about your story. You said start off in the bedroom first, and then now you've been making your move in the streets, but take me back to what got you into it.
So what got me into DJing was actually a breakup. So I was in high school and I was like a producer. I was in the crib just trying to get beats right. I was a rapper too. And then the summer after junior year, I had a breakup, bad breakup, lost my high school sweetheart. And I needed, some things to get over it. So I started going to house parties. And as I started going to these house parties, there was a DJ that I literally graduated with who happened to be Fly Jerian. Now, I got to see how he turned literally a basement into a movie, and I never seen that before. Like I'm a dude, like I'm not really a dancer like that, but I'm a dude that was holding up the wall, and now I'm like trying to get danced on,
Wow.
And when I saw how he was able to use music to transform the space, it kind of got me into it. So I actually bought my first controller off of him. It was an NS7. Moving platters.
Yeah. I remember NS7.
And that was my start, man. Just started in the bedroom, getting good, just learning how to mix records, and it's been 10 years now.
Wow.
That's how it started, though.
Wow. And what you shared with me in private, you said you've been doing it for 10 years, but the last 2, that's when you've been more outside.
Yeah, really trying to, the last 2 years, I've been really trying to like actually not be a bedroom DJ. I really focused in the beginning, just trying to get good enough, because I feel like I had this really high bar of what DJing was, because I also met Nick in the beginning of my DJ career, and he put me on a DJ AM. So I used to think, I wasn't even going to clubs, like I was 18 at the time. I was just seeing what Fly Jerian was doing, which is actually really highly like good for when I look back on it. And he's still like amazing now. Shout out to Fly Jerian.
Hey.
But I was just trying to get as good as AM to be able to feel ready to play at the club. And then I started going to the club, and I realized the skill level is not at that point at all. So I realized I just had to put myself out there and kind of, see where I can go, where I can go with it.
AM definitely is, when you think about open format, like he can play a room, it could be a blended room, but did I get to see AM live? No.
Wow.
Wait, did I? I did get to see AM live.
That's legendary.
Oh my, it was at Deco Lounge in Sayreville, and am I thinking? Yeah, no, it was AM. Yeah, it was. Bro, I got to hear some of his routines, and I was DJing at the time.
Whoa.
I think I was like 19 or 20, and he has a couple of routines like dun 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 dun, dun like, but no, he's so good. He's so good.
To see that live is
nice. I was a treat. So and he has a lot of his videos online too, so you can always check it out. But you know what's funny? They have an AM mode in Serato.
Yep, where it takes off.
So when you got DJs. I mean, like, if you got a lot of vultures behind you, but sometimes you could mess up because you forget where you are.
Yep.
So I can definitely see that. Like, I remember I've had DJs, I've been behind DJs, and I'm just like, what song is that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But then also I can understand, like, if you have something that you don't want anyone to have, I've been in situations where people have done it. They put the AM mode on.
My thing is like, just if we all literally had the same hard drive, we're all gonna play it differently.
100%.
So like, there's no reason to hide your stuff.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's my opinion though.
But I understand, like, probably during that time, that people were probably trying to take music and things like that. What song is that? Because he was the celeb DJ.
Yeah. Pre-Shazam. Shazam changed everything. There's no reason to hide now.
Yeah. Yeah, unless it's like a certain edit or a producer who made that. But now it's Shazam, Soundhound. You could be in the back, and you don't even have to even talk to the DJ, but you could just Shazam.
Did I show you what I be doing with my watch for Shazam?
That was crazy.
So on my watch, I got the Apple Watch Ultra because it has an action button on the side. You can set it to do any app, period. And when I hit it, it recognizes music.
That is crazy.
That's my favorite feature. That's the only reason I can, like, this is really for like hikers and swimmers, I got it to Shazam incognito in the club.
So you don't even have to, like, you can have the little widget right here you pull down, but you don't even have to do that.
I just get a little.
Oh wait, what time is it?
That's it.
That's it. Wow. And I remember now from AM, I think he influenced A-Trak too. A-Trak sound, because I remember they were close as well. And when you look at A-Trak is a beast too.
Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely, remember AM's Wonderwall? That's fire.
Yeah, that routine is legendary. I mean,
Yeah.
so many routines are legendary. Like,
Yeah, so super legendary. So even how you got into AM, you said you got into AM from Nick.
Yeah.
So how did you meet Nick?
So after high school, I was kind of looking for a way to like get more into DJing. And my mom told me about this DJ company that she knew another DJ that worked at that company, and she reached out to that DJ. That DJ reached out to me and was like, come to the office, we're doing like a seminar.
Oh, nice.
So I go into the office and I didn't know who Nick was, but he's at the front of the room and he's teaching a seminar on how to mix to all the other DJs at the company. And I almost walked out because to me, how is this a DJ company and you guys are teaching the DJs how to mix, But, you know, I was trying not to be young and naive and try not to be, you know, let my ego get in the way. Because I knew how to mix already. So it's like, wait, how are you guys like getting paid to do this and you guys can't mix 2 records? So I end up staying. And then I end up like asking Nick, like, wait, what's going on with, with these DJs, And he ends up telling me that in the wedding industry, the level of DJing is nowhere near, everywhere else. So that's kind of how that friendship started. And I've been working with Nick for 10 years.
Wow.
As well. Yeah.
Wow.
It's been weird. I've gotten lucky to be able to be around so many legends, like right where I'm at, to be able to like start going to parties and have Fly Jerian, who is a GOAT now, essentially. And then to stumble upon Nick, who's now the wedding GOAT as well. So it's like, I've just gotten really lucky in life.
Literally. Yeah. Now, do people recognize you from either working with Nick or just from the videos and things like that?
There's definitely, there's people that know me from Nick, but I think like as the years progress, there's starting to be more people that know me from me, which is kind of cool.
That's great.
Because I really try not to be like, I don't want to be like the guy in Nick's shadow that kind of just blew up because I'm with Nick. Like I'm trying, like, he's definitely given me a lot of support. He's definitely helped me a lot in my career, but I don't want my entire career to be based off of like, Nick. That's kind of like, yeah.
One thing I like about both of you guys, when I met you guys at Scam Summer 2023, was that you guys both play on turntables. That's that's what definitely was like, oh, we're like, I was like, we can chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, that's super dope, bro. So now, so I'm guessing essentially you were doing roadie work and everything, or just wherever help was needed.
Yep.
Now, from doing that, do you want to keep moving forward in the wedding world, or?
I never want to DJ my own wedding in my life. You asked me earlier, like, do I own any speakers? Mm-hmm. I don't own any speakers. It's just not fun for me. There's just like, it doesn't give me that same feeling in the club. Like, I know it sounds crazy to say, but to be honest, I feel more at home in the club than I do at home.
Got it.
There's just something special about a room where everybody can forget their problems for about 4 hours and we're just here present.
Yeah.
That's just magical to me, and I'm addicted to going to the club.
I love that.
And I don't get that same feeling in a wedding ballroom.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Even though that's an escape as well.
Yeah.
Like, people are forgetting everything for this one couple to celebrate their love, and that's like a magical moment. That's also, amazing. And like Nick has showed me how, he's able to like consistently make his motto is like every wedding is a Super Bowl, and like he really makes every wedding feel special. And I've learned a lot from that, because you would think like after doing so many weddings it gets redundant, you get tired of it, but the fact that he's still able to put that same dedication in makes me feel as if I can find my way to do that in the club experience.
I feel like you definitely can, as you've been navigating, and I think I saw you put out 52 Weeks in the Club. What inspired you to do that?
Well, that was we did our last wedding of the year, me and Nick, and we were coming back. We had a wedding in Philly. It was like December, 20-something, right at the end of the year, and we were talking. We had nothing in January because it slows down for us like a lot once it's cold out. We're crossing a bridge, and I'm talking to him, and I'm like, man, like I don't know, what can I do to like. I knew I wanted to get more into clubs, and he was like, yeah, you just got to go out. And I'm like, all right, so like if I go out, but like what if nothing happens? Well, like at least if I go out this consistently, let me start a vlog so I could at least look back on it when I'm 80 or something and just remember this moment. And that's pretty much how it started. I had no idea really like what it really was or what it was gonna be, but I knew I was just gonna go out every week and document it, and I did it, and it kind of changed my life a little bit, and in pros and cons, because like it pissed some people off, but it also gained awareness for a lot of people at the same time.
So why did it make people mad?
Well, because the way I went about the vlog was when I started going out, like nobody really knew me because like the only people that knew me was like through Nick, so that was like the wedding industry, but I wasn't really established in the club scene. So I would go out, but I had a following on Instagram because I was already doing tutorials. So I would go out and I wouldn't never hit up the DJ to let them know I was coming because I felt as if they would play that room a little differently if they knew I was coming. Not that I'm anything special, but I just didn't, I just wanted to see how they played the room.
Yeah.
For regular people. I didn't want them to see like, yo, we got this DJ, he's gonna be filming me, like how am I gonna da-da-da? So it was kind of like a secret, I was like a ninja coming in, and I would be like in the back wall just, you know, getting footage, and then I would analyze it and give my opinion on it. And me, I'm a very blunt person, and I'm very fine with not being, like, I'm just telling you my opinion right now. I could be wrong. My opinion might change in the future, but I would just give my opinion on other DJs, and these DJs didn't know me. And a lot of times when you don't know somebody, they don't really want your opinion. Yeah,
that's true.
Like, you know, usually people have to, like, if you're gonna give an opinion, you're either close friends with them or they ask you for it.
Yeah.
That's not what I was doing. So I was like, so there were some sets that I was like, you know, I was not a big fan of, and I didn't mince words, and I would say exactly why I didn't like it. Never attacking the DJ personally, just attacking the craft and my perspective in that moment. And you know, pissing people off.
It's okay. But, and you said the good, what was the good that came out of it?
The good that came out of it was awareness of people knowing that I wanted to be in the club scene, that people that would agree with the things I said maybe negative about another DJ, but they would never say it to that other DJ. Wow. So then it was like, wow, you have the balls to actually say that. I agree with you. I tried to tell him that before, he don't listen, da-da-da. And it's like, so it felt like it gained respect because I was kind of doing something that a lot of people were scared to do, because like in this world, in this especially the club world, it's all about networking.
100%.
So like people wouldn't want to risk losing a connection by being honest, even if they felt that way. But I was kind of doing it the other way, just being honest and seeing what people resonated with it. And that, although it hurt me in the short term, I feel like long term now, I've gained some connections that are like lifelong friends, because like we agree on like the craft of DJing, what good DJing is, and like actually striving to like push good DJing. Whereas like some people are just trying to make connections, don't really care about DJing, just want to be a superstar, but no care for the craft.
Wow.
So it's like, you know.
Wow.
I think I just rambled there, sorry.
No, that was perfect. You know, even navigating the club world, you know, so you're in New Jersey, and you were telling me before that you're working to make more of a presence in Philly.
Yes.
You know, how has that been going on? You know, even did the 52 weeks help that going into making connections in Philly?
Same thing, yes and no. Like it grew some connections and got me some awareness in places that I've never even been to. Like, cause when I first started the 52 weeks, so the first episode was at the spot called Silk City. And that's kind of like a more underground spot. And in hindsight, I wish I would have leaned more into the underground, but I did the opposite. I was trying to lean more into the mainstream spots, because coming from working weddings with Nick, I felt like I could find a place there easier, because I knew all that pop music. I could play those remixes. I could play that room. So I was just trying to like nurture that, but that part of Philly was very cliquey. There's two kind of groups that run it, and like if you're with one, then there's no chance of you getting booked by the other. And you know, that just kind of hurt everything. But like on the flip side, now that I'm like leaning more into the underground, which is like the true Philly scene, I'm finding that the culture's better, the people are better, people are more honest, there's more support. I can't remember the original question. What was the original question?
No, it was how has that helped? Like, you know, doing the 52 weeks, because I know you're working to branch out into Philly to do more Philly gigs, Philly clubs.
I would say like, not in a braggadocious way, but I think it's just like when I meet people, it's not I don't have to ice break because they already know me.
Wow.
So it's almost like it's easier to approach people. It made that first thing, like that first interaction easier, because we both have an idea of each other. Because I'm a super nerd, and I try to follow every DJ in Philly that's like doing something, so that I'm just aware of it. And then on the flip side, they're aware that I'm a DJ like trying to navigate into the scene and that makes content. So when we go meet each other, it's not like, hey, I'm Santi, I'm a DJ. It's more like, oh, hey, I've seen your videos, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen, you know, your party, or I've seen da da da. So it's like an icebreaker moment.
I love that. And even speaking about the content, what got you into creating these tutorials online? How did you get into that?
The tutorials happened by accident. So I was working with Nick, and Nick was telling me like, dude, you got to make content. And I was against content. I was just more like a shy dude and just more reserved. And Nick was telling me you got to make content, da da da. So I've never deleted any of the videos. You can scroll on my Instagram and you can see when I start posting more content. And what you see is like a couple experiments, couple mixes, da da da. And then you see a tutorial. And that tutorial, I think, got like 50K views, and all the videos before that had like maybe 500.
Wow.
So I was like, clearly I gotta lean into that. And then I just kind of tried to evolve the way the tutorials look. Over time, I've gotten better at like explaining stuff, and like I've also gotten better through the time too. So I'm able to like do tutorials on like more advanced things. But it just happened by just shooting things at the wall and seeing what stuck, and tutorials stuck for me. Wow. By accident.
By accident.
Yeah.
And you break it down so clear, so crisp, like you articulate very well. Did you have any help, or like did school help you articulate, or how did you get to be like that?
Well, so I did drop out of high school, but after I dropped out of high school, I ended up taking a test to get my diploma. Got my diploma, and I still wasn't sure if music was gonna, it's hard to make it in the music industry.
Oh, yeah.
So I was thinking of a backup plan, and I was like, all right, what's a job I can get that will still give me time to focus on music? So I was gonna go be a history teacher. So I started that process at my local community college, and through there, I got to take a couple classes on like the science behind teaching, and like how the mind works for different learners, because like, there's people that are different learners. And like, I gotta be honest, like I only took 2 classes, but I still reference some of the things I learned in those classes on like when I make a tutorial, because I'm trying to think about like visual learners and like people that are more physical learners, and how can I combine that through a video, and I have 1 minute,
yeah.
And I have to like be entertaining. So I would just say another lucky thing where I decided to, do some teaching stuff. I was trying to be a teacher, ended up taking some teaching classes that taught me the science behind people learning. And then I just try to apply that to this day still. Like,
wow.
It's just, life is weird, dude. Like, you never know where the journey and like the lessons learned still years down the line are still gonna be useful.
Yeah, that's why it's good to pay attention too, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because even if you only took 2 classes, you still have life lessons that from years ago to now, and even as you've seen your IG journey go, your YouTube grow, how has it been like with people reaching out to you for help? Because they see the tutorials, are like, hey man, can you break that down a little bit more? How has that been like, what is that like?
Yeah, I do get a lot of DMs. I try to respond to every DM that's respectful. I get some DMs that are like, a little off the wall that I just don't give my time to. But I just try to, I do voice note. I reply with the voice note. And that's I try to keep up with it. I've never caught up all the way. Okay. I do get a lot of DMs, but I gotta find balance. I can't just respond to all DMs all day. So.
Yeah. So if someone's trying to DM you and they've been left in the abyss, should they follow up or comment underneath their picture? What's the best way? They're like, hey man, I'm trying to get in reach with Santi. Like, what's the best way?
Be patient. Be patient. I mean, I try to go work through my requests, but it's a journey.
Okay.
It's a lot. I don't know how many requests I have right now, but I do have a lot of requests. I'm probably going to be more after this comes out, because I don't think I've ever told anybody that I try to respond to everyone. So now that this is going to be out, and people are going to be, but
bro, I noticed that even on your DMs, like there's no call sign. I was like, oh bro, I was trying to call because I didn't have your number at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I've never seen that before.
I can't remember what setting it was that I found on IG to turn that off. But so like, since I responded with voice memos, I felt like people, it's like you're getting a personal connection because they're hearing my voice, responding to them personally. It's like a personal message versus like a quick text, which feels a little impersonal. Even if I'm answering their question direct and it's not like a copy paste response, it still feels less personal than a voice message. I felt like it like creating these connections, especially if they're like I don't know, I'm not a celebrity, but if they're like a super fan or they watch all my stuff, it feels, they grow that connection. And they would use that call feature on Instagram, and I had my notifications on still at the time. So I would be getting calls from IG from people that I never had a conversation with other than responding to their 1 question, 2 questions. And that got really annoying really quick.
Okay.
So I had to turn that off.
Okay.
I had to turn that off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. What would you say your DMs are looking like? Are they more like, yo, bro, I need help with this fader, or what is that?
They range from anything from like, yo, you're completely wrong.
Ooh.
Yo, you don't know anything.
What?
Let me see you do it on vinyl. To like questions about like how do you set your fader, or like how do you. Sometimes I scratch, like especially when I'm doing like a scratch. What's it called? Not a scratch routine, but yeah, I guess like a scratch routine where I'm just scratching. I'll use my effects, and I'll have like my echo on like a 1/2, and I'll have like the wet dry like super low. I get a lot of questions about like, yo, how do you set that to get that sound? Other questions of like, if I want to start scratching, where should I start? And then like other questions, like more advanced questions that like sometimes I don't even know, or it's like sometimes they'll send me a video of like a routine that they've done in their room, and they're like, yo, like, what's wrong with this? And I'm like, you know, you're not even on beat, or like use the stem here versus there, or, you know, EQ that. But at the end of the day, like, DJing really is an art form. So like the way I DJ is the way I DJ, but I try to encourage people of like, all right, this is how I would do it, but you got to find a way, like what sounds sonically good to you.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow, bro. Now, is producing in your future? I saw you had a couple edits in the mix that we played. Is that what you're looking to get more into? Or do you want to just focus right now on the path to dominating, being the man in your city?
The real goal is to be able to do everything.
Okay.
But, you know, there's not enough hours in the day sometimes. But my goal, yeah, would be to continue with edits. I would love to one day be able to do a set that's just all my own edits. Like that would be really cool. Like Eccentrics is like,
oh yeah, he's the guy for like to do it's all
like that's I would love to be able to be on that level. Would say that I still have a lot to learn on production. When I was in production, I was making more beats for like rappers and stuff like that. But I got a bad taste doing that because sometimes it's hard to find an artist that wants to work as hard as you. So it's like I can only do 1/2 of the whole thing. You gotta
deliver,
do the other part. So it's like I just never found an artist to work with consistently. So that kind of made me lose my passion. But now with edits and trying to like put my own sound on the sets is kind of like how I'm like falling in love with production again.
Nice.
And but yeah, I mean the goal would be to do everything, man. Like
that's
just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, focus on one thing. Even how I think the guy that was on Road Podcast was saying, like, just find what you're good at, and just the people love these tutorials that you do, so people definitely are gravitated to what you're doing. And what could you say, like, what is the trajectory looking like? What are you looking to accomplish? Even if it's a short-term goal, or even people that are watching, like, getting more club gigs, or what are you looking to do?
Yeah, well, I mean, the goal is to be a traveling DJ.
Okay.
Content-wise, the goal would be to lean more into vlogs. I want to do, like, it sounds crazy every time I say it, but I kind of want to become like the Anthony Bourdain of DJs, and I want to travel the world and showcase nightlife across the world and give my perspective on it. And also, play in these random places across the world. And I'm not talking about like big nightclubs. Like I want to go to places that are like, if you know type spots.
I like that.
Like, and I don't know, man, there's just something magical about, I said it earlier, there's something magical about like going out and there's no other problem in the world for these couple of hours.
Yeah.
And like, but everywhere you go, even Jersey City compared to Philly, completely different vibes. And we're like hours away.
Yeah.
So like, what is it like across the sea?
It's crazy, right?
So I don't know. I've never been here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know you've had experience. Like you were in Australia.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was like, oh wow, but they're definitely very tapped into like remixes and edits, and I was like, wow. That's why I was like, wow, you would fit right in.
Crazy.
So we can't even skip over the DMC, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Bro, how did it feel? Like, what made you want to enter it?
Just trying to do everything, man. Just trying to like check all the boxes. At some point I want to become undeniable. So like at some point you gotta, it's like, I feel like regardless of if you don't like my opinions in my vlogs or whatever, at some point you gotta realize, all right, this dude's a really good DJ. He cares about DJing. Let's work. And like, I feel like the journey to get to that level is like, I gotta win some competitions, which was new for me. I gotta be able to be, show that I can rock a room in any city. So it's just about becoming undeniable. And I feel like that was something I never checked off. Like after Red Bull 3 style went away, I kind of was like, damn, I'm never gonna be able to battle again because like I don't really want to do the scratch DMC stuff. Like that's cool, I respect those guys. Those guys are disgusting on another level. They're truly aliens, but it doesn't get me excited like club rocking and Red Bull 3 style did. So DMC brought a new category called the DMC Open. And I was like, this is Red Bull 3 style again, essentially. So I joined it and I found out about it late. So I joined in the wildcard round, which was an online thing. So I joined in the wildcard round and I became the East Coast champion.
Wow. And
won a chance to go and compete in the Bay for the USA title. Yeah, I mean, I have the set. I would love that. I don't know if I gotta reach out to them and see if they're gonna release the set, because if they don't, then I'm gonna release the set my own. But yeah, I got third place. The two other people I was playing, going against were from the Bay. So it was an uphill battle, not making excuses. Like I said, so like at some point, if I was undeniable, it wouldn't matter where I'm from.
Correct.
So, you know, we just still got work to do.
But your first one getting third, that's great, bro. Top three, that's great.
Well, I mean, there's only 3 people though.
It's all good. It's all good. But at least you qualified to even get to the Bay.
Yeah.
You know, because you won the online.
Yeah.
So that's already, bro. That's great. And then
We'll be back next year.
Yes. So you're gonna come back, and you're gonna. Oh, I'm excited to see what's gonna cook up next year.
Yeah.
You know, because now people already know who you are just from that comp.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people in that scene. So now it's just like when you do it next year.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be great.
I met a lot of amazing people out there while I was there. The Bay is different. Have you ever been to the Bay?
But not. I haven't seen the nightlife. I just was there for a quick second.
I would say best nightlife scene I've seen so far in
Really?
my life. Like just like the culture, the people, the audience, the rooms, the variety of formats, and the recognition of the crowd of good DJing.
Wow.
Was nuts to me, because a lot of times, at least like where I'm at, you'll see something really cool as a DJ. Like a DJ will do something like a great mix, even if it's just a fantastic blend, but like the crowd isn't, they're not like, whoa, or like, it's just like, all right, yeah, that was dope, we gonna dance, da-da-da. But they were actually reacting and being like, giving and bigging up the DJ, which is like not something that happens, at least at the places I sit.
Bro, that gives you so much energy, like, oh, yeah, they appreciate it, I'm gonna do more of this.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Dang, bro. So we got the DMC for next year, you're gonna run that back.
Yep.
You know, you being the man in your city, that's what you're working on.
the goal.
Clubs, more production. And you know, you're just gonna keep winning, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the plan.
Fingers
More
crossed.
vlogs. So we got a lot of things that when you come back to this side, we wanna check in. And last thing I wanna leave off with is, bro, how did it feel doing your second Latin party?
Whew.
So if you guys don't know, yesterday we just did a Perreo Primero party, and it was his second time doing a Latin party, all Latin party. So, and I think he did a great job. You know, so how did that feel like, you know, doing that?
I mean, I was honored. Big shouts to Aldez.
Yes,
Thank you for giving me that opportunity. That room is amazing. I was excited to play in there. But I was just nervous, man. Like I know the music, but like I've never seen it react to it. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen it's like the one thing to know it, but when you got to see how like, all right, how are people going to react to
taking
it
these
this
risks.
time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought you'll be able to see at some point. You'll be able to see the vlog of that night, the vlog the whole night. There's no way he's gonna finish this before I finish that. But I don't know. Like, so I feel like as an opener, I didn't burn nothing. I had a couple people shaking and grooving at the table, which I think was, you know, my job. And then later on, I wasn't expecting to go back on later. So I was also once again trying not to replay anything. So, you know, we took some left turns, we did some different things. Hey. But I'm happy to have had that experience of like peak hour in Jersey City, and seeing you guys rock. You guys are at a different level. Your mic skills are really good. You guys have like these edits that are kind of crazy that I have to work on, because I play mostly originals, but I think in a night like that, Perreo, where you're really trying to keep it high energy for a really extended long time, those edits kind of really help make that happen.
Yeah, bro. I would say it was great all around. You know, it was great sets all around, and for you that your second time, bro, it was great, man. Like,
We'll get better.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
better.
Definitely, you'll probably see his vlog pop up or sometime. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2026. Yeah,
It's coming.
Yeah. So, but yeah, bro. Lastly, where can the people find you on social if they're new?
At It's Just Santi on everything. Somebody stole on TikTok my It's Just Santi, so it's at It's Just Santi.tt. But on everything else, It's Just Santi, it's just Santi.com. Yeah.
Yo, you already know it is Santi in the building, DJ Julz. Thank you guys for checking out Behind the Booth. And if you can, like, comment, subscribe, and appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Cheers.